Welcome to the Wild Type Podcast. I'm Lyssa Slizzards.
I'm Neptune Chameleon.
And we're your reptile girlies.
Are you excited for spooky season?
Obviously. And you currently have spooky socks.
I do.
That I'm obsessed with.
They're little like dinosaur skeleton trick-or-treating glow-in-the-dark socks.
They're the freaking cutest. And I'm very behind on planning my Halloween party, which is a problem that I'm currently struggling with.
Because I think what you're stuck on is the theme.
Well,
or you feel good about the theme.
I feel good about the theme, but I need a theme name. And that's where I'm struggling. Like, I know the general, when I say the theme, I mean, I know the vibe, I know the decorations, I know.
Do we want to open it up to the reptile girlies?
I don't know, because
or do you want to steal your idea?
I don't care if any of it, for the record, reptile girlies, you can steal all of my themes. I don't care. It's more so just like, I don't know when this is like, I don't know, because I don't want like all my friends to like know all my plans, but they don't all listen to the pod. So, okay, fine. I'll talk about it.
If you are one of her IRL in real life friends,
stop listening.
Just fast forward.
Stop listening.
If you don't want it to be a surprise.
Well, it's going to be on the invite, which we're sending out this week. So it's like,
oh,
it's going to be on the invite. But I don't want, all my decorations are like the stuff that I want to be like a surprise for all my friends, right?
Of course. This is honestly the downside to being as close as a friend as we are. And I come over.
You don't get any of the surprises.
No, because you get new packages and you're like, look at this. Which I, of course, want to see.
Which is very fun. Very fun.
It's just how I felt with like your wedding.
Yes.
Right? I was like, I saw all the decor and I'm like, yep. And then I saw the arch and I was like, helped with that.
Yeah, helped build the ceremony arch.
And then the like seating chart, I was like, that was in their living room for like a couple months.
Yep.
So,
you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff, which is another level of fun.
Oh, for sure. Because then I'm like, ooh, what about this? And you're like, oh, I love that idea. And then whatever.
It's very fun.
Okay, so what do you have doing so far?
Last year we didn't really have a theme because it was our very first party, right? So this year I was like, okay, I really want to do something very like witch in the woods kind of vibe, very like enchanted forest kind of situation.
This is a good like add-on to your Renaissance
100%
like fairy vibe that you did.
100%, yes, exactly. So it's very much like enchanted forest, fairy witchy vibe. Like that's what I'm going for. I just don't have a name to call the theme. So as soon as I come up with the name, which will be this week because we are finishing the invitations.
Witchy Wonderland?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Something along those lines.
Don't put me on the spot. I'll brainstorm though.
The number one thing for decorations is I know that we have this like hallway that I'm going to turn into like a rocky cavern kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. And then we have a like supporting beam in our house.
Your house does lend itself.
It lends itself so
very well for like little nooks and crannies.
Oh yeah. Logan and I have talked about this. We're going to keep leasing this place for probably another year because we love this house.
Good, because we live very close.
Yeah, it's very nice. Like it's just the perfect size. It's the perfect party venue for when we do stuff like that. Like it's just perfect. But the supporting beam, I'm gonna create a tree.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yes.
And so I think the tree, in my ideal world, I would want it to be very like weeping willow vibes, but I don't know if I can get there because I'm gonna be having to work with like craft paper, and that's gonna be a lot of leaves.
Yeah.
So TBD on how because there is an easy option where I can just make it like a pine tree kind of vibe, and just that would be way easier. So TBD.
My brain is just swirling with ideas right now.
And obviously like lots of fairy lights, lots of light
a tree
things.
from Pocahontas?
That is the vibe I would ideally like to go for. Ideally. Yeah. That is my dream tree creation in my home. I just don't know if it's possible. So
I love that tree.
I love that tree. That tree was a staple of my childhood. I love that tree.
Also, the Pocahontas soundtrack.
Oh, it's epic. Pocahontas, Tarzan. What are some of the other epic ones?
We were just talking about Mulan.
Mulan. We were just talking because that one's blowing up on TikTok, which is like epic.
Oh,
so good.
I just like get so hyped.
I do too.
And I know that's like kind of like a niche.
No, I do too. No.
Not everyone gets. Oh, Hercules.
Oh, the soundtrack for Hercules was epic.
That was.
Well, the chorus of the four women, like the little Greek
with the vases.
With the vases. Oh, they're fantastic.
But also when he's like trying to figure out like who he is and like what's his purpose.
There's nothing.
And you're like 9 years old watching and you're like,
I'm so inspired.
Oh,
that's truly one of my favorite things is because we were talking about the Mulan transitional moment when she's like cutting her hair and it's really intense and she's like going through the transformation of like her going from the daughter to the son. It's just a whole thing. But there's that song in almost every Disney movie.
Yes.
And so it's like that one.
Because there's like the character arc, right? And I learned this in like high school English, you know, whatever. Which I feel like once you learn that, you know,
you can't unsee it.
Yes.
And I having worked in like advertising agencies and marketing places and stuff, I've worked with a lot of storytellers, like people who their whole job is to like tell a story via an ad or whatever. And I've worked with some incredible creatives, and the stuff that I have learned about the like map of storytelling is like I can't unsee it. I can predict every movie now.
Of course.
It's wild.
Of course. Yeah. But anyways, I love a good Disney
transition.
Yes. The hero. Yes. The hero's journey. Yes. You know, all of that.
It's the greatest.
No, I love it. Well, okay. More to come then.
Yes.
On the details of the Halloween party.
I will keep you guys posted.
You guys are all invested. Just remember, we record these in advance.
Yes.
So if it, you know,
if the timelines don't work out, if it feels wonky, that's why.
That's why. But we will keep you updated nonetheless.
Yes. And I'm very excited for it. So more details to come because I'm still figuring out my costume too. But today we are going back into our Reptiles of the Rainbow deep dive on all of our species. And you are very proud of your list of yellow reptiles over here.
I feel like I slacked a little bit in orange.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel better about yellow. We'll put that way.
I feel good about yellow too, if that helps.
Okay.
So
I'm nervous for green though.
I know. Green's a tough one.
But yes, I feel good for yellow.
Yeah.
Do you want to start off?
I will happily start off because I have one.
Oh, yes.
I have to give the obligatory shout out.
It's okay. This is what I did with like the chameleon one. So
yes, so obviously I have a yellow anaconda named Tarzan.
Yep.
And is he true yellow though? No, I don't think they're really yellow.
I think he's yellow.
I think he's like a golden green, right? Like that's kind of how I look at their colors. I wouldn't call it like a bright yellow. I understand why in the comparison between the green anacondas and the yellow, they call them the yellow because his underbelly is very like not bright yellow, but like a very pale greeny yellow. And so, so I understand why they're called yellow anacondas, but I don't think they're like a vibrant yellow. You know what I mean?
We will circle back to the green anaconda.
Yes, we will.
In the next,
next
color we do. But I find it very interesting how it's not just like yellow color and green color with the anacondas. Like even their patterning
very
is
different. Very, very
so
different.
That to me is like, and obviously there's size differences and like we'll get more into like the green anacondas later. But I've always found that very interesting of like, oh, yellow anaconda, green anaconda, but it's not like one's a yellow color, one's a green color.
No, they're totally
part of it, but like their pattern is completely different.
The yellow anacondas have more of like I think the word that's used the most often is like a saddle type pattern. So it almost looks like certain of their black spots on there, like, or the yellow mixed with black spots looks almost like multiple saddles, like kind of down their back, right?
To me, it feels more like pixelated.
I would agree. Totally pixelated.
Compared to a green, which is like very,
specific, like round shapes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would say the green anacondas, it's much more like spots, like traditional big like dots or spots.
Yeah.
Versus the yellow anaconda, it's much more pixelated, but pixelated with like the saddles, you know?
Yeah.
So that's So
of course we have to talk about
we got to talk about the ones we have.
I did have that on my list, but I have full confidence.
You knew it would come from me.
I just wanted I was getting the juices flowing.
For sure.
You know, for the
sure.
ideas.
Very important.
The first one I wrote down was a baby green tree python.
I also had this one. I said juvenile green trees. Yes. Because they can come in yellow or red, which I don't think we mentioned the red ones in the red episode.
Yeah, and there's also kind of orangey.
There's some orangey
color.
ones. But most common green tree pythons when they're younger are bright yellow.
Bright yellow.
And then they slowly transition to green, which I think is the coolest process.
Yeah.
It's so unique.
Yeah, and it takes a while.
Yeah. Oh, it takes a lot of time.
Right?
Sure.
It's not just like, oh, in a couple of days, oh, now they're different color.
And I've seen, not specifically with the species, but I've seen with like a different snake species of them kind of transitioning from like a green to a blue. And it's very like you said, pixelated almost, where like the little new colors
it's like
come
this
in.
one
It's like they got
speck.
one spot, and then it's like, oh, there's another green spot, and then there's another green spot.
You know what it reminds me of? Kind of is Dalmatians.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because some people know this, most people don't. Dalmatians are born completely white.
Yeah, which is
and then they'll
crazy.
get their spots as they get older. And that's just like a part of the movie, like everyone completely missed when Cruella was like, well, I'll just come back later when they have their spots. You know, it's a true thing. But I absolutely love the transition of when they're going from the yellow to the green, and they're like half and half.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
Stunning. But baby juveniles are like literally bright yellow.
Bright yellow.
Yeah.
Like I would argue they're one of the most yellow species out of all the ones on our list. They are aggressive. So the next one that I have is another snake. We have an eyelash viper.
Oh, I had that on my list.
So these are another one that it's like, it is bright yellow. It is bright yellow.
Like, okay, I was going to say look this up. I'm the one who edits the podcast episodes, okay? And she most oftentimes does the social clips, and that's how we like divide and conquer. I'm going to try to put in pictures.
You can cut this out if you need to.
Just recognize we're probably going to go through at least 20 species here.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work.
So I will do my darndest, because I hear where you guys are coming from.
Yes.
It's just a lot.
It's just a lot of additional work, additional editing.
And I hear your little voices in my head of like, well, suck it up, Buttercup. We want to see.
We want to see the pictures. We get it. But we got to give this girl some grace, okay? We've both got full-time jobs. We're busy ladies.
I know. I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
But you reserve the right to cut this clip
because
out
an eyelash
and say
viper
nothing.
is really cool
It's
looking.
really cool looking.
Not just in color, but also because in the head shape, in the scales. It is truly a cool looking snake.
It's one of those. There's that one, and then there's, I think it's is it the pit viper that's like a vibrant aqua blue? There are certain viper species that are like some of the most like iconic reptiles.
I don't feel like vipers are talked about.
They are not talked about enough because they're venomous. But I forget her name. I think it's Savannah, but she is, I think, from Germany, somewhere overseas. I think she speaks German, but she has all these like little viper species. Sick. And it is so cool. And I love to watch her content because she does mostly venomous, and she does it in a pretty, ethically good way and all that. And so anyway, but I always see hers, and she's got an eyelash viper. She's got this other like bright turquoise one, but the eyelash viper is one of the most iconic like reptile species because it is such a vibrant color, and it's so unique looking even outside of the color.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The head shape, the scales,
the little thing that comes up over the eyelashes that they're named for is so cool.
And that is a yellow reptile.
Vibrant yellow. There is no mistaking that. It's not, it's a little tan, or, it's a little bit greeny yellow.
That is yellow.
There's no mistaking this one. It's why I put it at the very top of the list. I was like,
yep, I have that on here too. Nope. Okay. So switching from snakes for a second here, a yellow crested Jackson's chameleon.
I didn't even think about this.
This is what I'm here for.
You are so good at your list. Oh, I love it.
This is what I'm here for. Yellow Jackson's chameleons. There are multiple different species of Jackson's chameleon, but there's the yellow crested ones, which do have that big chunk of yellow in them, along with the horns that Jacksons are usually.
I love the Jackson's horns. I think they're so cool.
Usually known for, but it's not like a solid yellow reptile. They still have blue and green.
I've got a couple of those
in there as well, but they have this nice big stripe
of yellow,
of bright yellow.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so the next one I have is a tiny little friend. This is a yellow-headed day gecko.
Oh, a day gecko?
Yes, and they're very cute.
Because I have a yellow-headed gecko but it's from Africa.
Yeah. Okay. So this one's a day gecko. So this one's a day gecko, kind of like you were just saying. It's not all yellow, but its head is yellow, and the rest of the body has like the very like vibrant, I wish I had written down
the scientific name, because like.
Oh yeah.
You're basically saying a yellow-headed gecko. I'm basically saying a yellow-headed, but they're two different geckos. Two different species.
If you know day geckos, you can probably picture it. They very much look like the electric blue day geckos, but with like a yellow head and a little bit more like green turquoise color than the electric blues. But yeah.
So this is a yellow-headed gecko from Africa, and literally as I was like getting ready, I wrote this down because like I saw it, I thought it was cool. But I didn't know where it originated. So I was like, hey, Alexa, like, where does the yellow-headed gecko, And she was like, Tanzania, Kenya. Yeah. Listen up. I was like, okay, so Africa. Got it. I can remember Africa.
I can remember Africa. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
So, but it is, some of them had more of an orangey head than a yellow head, but some of them did have, but I'm going to count it. It's also in the name of the species. So
a couple of the day geckos because I looked up the day geckos too, and there were a couple of them that I saw that were very vibrant yellow head, but then there were a couple of other ones that were a little bit more like golden. So I think it kind of varies by the animal too, of course.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have next?
Okay, so I kind of brought this one up, I think, in one of the previous episodes. I can't remember which one, but an albino green anaconda. So it is a green anaconda, but it is, when they are albino, it is bright yellow.
We talked about this in our Tinley recap.
That's what it was. Yes. Okay, I was like, I know I talked about it recently. Yes.
In person.
Yes.
And it took me a very long time for my brain to click that this was an anaconda, not like a retic or something.
No. Did I say yellow green anaconda?
You said an albino green anaconda.
I meant iguana. Well, but we could talk about both. We could talk about both.
But the albino green was a yellow snake.
Yes, I know. I fully misspoke, but I was correct.
So then I was like, oh, Tinley. No. Oh, we met one.
No. By now you've heard us talk all about Scratches, the social app that helps exotic pet owners like us find their people.
You can add photos of you and all your scaly babies, set your filter to reptiles, and start scrolling through your local pet parents who get it. Think of Scratches as your way of avoiding the ever-looming "so do you have any pets?" question. Whether you're looking for friendship, romance, or someone who can pet sit your critters, your community is just a new match away.
Download Scratches today and start connecting with reptile keepers in your area. Available on iOS and Android. Everyone's been asking Pangea to make their PVC enclosures in even bigger sizes, and they have delivered.
Their new high-quality PVC enclosures are not only bigger, at 22 by 17 by 36 inches, but they also feature easier assembly, better ventilation, and they're perfectly sized to fit side by side on your metal shelving units.
I can't wait to try these enclosures out for my new Caledonian geckos. They are perfect for your arboreal geckos, frogs, snakes, and even more. Check them out at PangeaReptile.com. Okay, Neptune, what are your top 2 feeder bugs for all your critters?
Dubious for protein and black soldier fly larvae for lots of calcium.
Simpton offers a wide variety of insects like silkworms, dubia roaches, waxworms, and our favorites, black soldier fly larvae.
I've also heard the entomologists at Simpton have customized the diet of their black soldier fly larvae to maximize their calcium content, so there's no need to dust them with calcium.
So if you're interested in trying them out, use code THEWILDTYPE at SimptonBSF.com for 15% off your order. I'm sorry, guys. We're doing a morning recording today.
This is true. We usually record in the evenings.
I have not even really had much besides my tea this morning, so my brain...
Okay, do you want to tackle the albino green anaconda? Or
let's talk about the green anaconda, because we did see one at Tinley, and it was very yellow and very cool.
It was very yellow, but it was from Megaconda, and she strategically, purposefully snuck it in there with retics.
With retics that look very yellow.
Yeah, so then it would, if you were just like walking by, it wouldn't have stood out.
This is it's like one of the only ones like in the world. Like it's very, very, very precious. So she didn't want it just like out and about. She wanted to be like very careful with it.
Yeah, so. But that was stunning. Very yellow snake.
Yes.
But that one's interesting because it's obviously a mutation, right? It's not naturally in that state. When we've done these episodes, most often we've been sticking to species that are in their wild type form, then they're yellow. So.
Yes. Yeah.
But an honorable mention for sure. Okay.
And iguana. Same with the iguana, the albino green anaconda, or green iguana. Wow,
Whoa,
guys.
say that 10 times fast.
Woo. So iguanas, the green oh my gosh, this is such a problem. The green iguanas are obviously green, but when they're albino, instead of them being just like white, obviously that's very hard to get when you have a very green animal. So it turns very, very vibrant yellow, and it's beautiful. And I know someone who had one down in Florida that I love to watch, and they were stunning, stunning.
Yep.
So anyway.
That's a good one. Okay, next I have on my list, sticking with chameleons for a second here, a yellow-lipped Parsons chameleon.
Of course.
Which we talked about the orange-eye Parsons chameleon in the orange reptiles episode. Now we're talking yellow-lipped. So Parsons are the largest species of chameleon. In the yellow-lipped, in the name, they do have this like yellow piece of it, but you'll also see this in other chameleon species. For example, like a nosy bay wild type
also has a little bit of a yellow spot.
Some embanjas can also kind of have some yellow in there. There are current discussions and research being done of like, is an orange eye versus a yellow lip, are they actually different species, or are there locales within Parsons chameleons? Are they the same? So like there's just a lot of like
interesting
genetic kind of research being done to see how related they are.
So interesting, because I've heard and seen like a similar journey with Hog Island boas, right? So to where it's like, because originally they were classified just as like a regular like BCI imperator, and I think and people were calling them dwarfs as if they were totally dwarf, but they are a BCI. And so it's very like, I don't know all the details. If anybody in the comments wants to like give us all the details and info, because I'm very because I have like looked this up. I just obviously don't look at it from like such a scientific lens. I'm just interested because I have one, but it is very similar to that, where it's like, okay, but is it really a dwarf species or is it not? Is it really just a locale like from that area? Like, so I don't know. There's all kinds of interesting stuff when research comes out like that. It's fascinating.
Yeah, and how things are like scientifically classified and everything else. So that's just one of them I think is like under discussions, which I think is cool. But yeah, yellow-lipped Parsons chameleon.
Love it, love it. Okay, I'm very proud of this next one.
Okay.
This is probably my favorite one on the list. A yellow-bellied sea snake.
Oh.
And these guys.
I don't know what this one looks like.
So there's actually, if I'm correct, for whatever reason, it's called kind of the same thing, the yellow sea snake and the yellow-bellied sea snake, but there are two different species of yellow sea snake. So.
Okay. And what is sea snake? I assume it's in the water.
It's a fully aquatic saltwater species, and it is fully very, very venomous as well. It's like,
but it's a reptile. How cool is that?
Isn't that crazy? And they literally, like, if you take them, they probably like could survive out of the water, but they are like built to be like a mostly fully aquatic snake.
I would love a time machine to go back into like evolution of like how did it originate on land and then move to water? Was there had to be a point where it was like in between before it fully like became a sea snake, or did it start in the water and then kind of evolve to
be? But if you like, I specifically looked at pictures of so the yellow-bellied one is the one that I would argue is like the most yellow, and it's got like a black top. The whole top half of it is black, but the whole underside of it is yellow, and it's very, very, very yellow. And I saw a close-up picture of its face, and it literally just looks like a snake. It looks like almost like the way its head is shaped.
This picture.
Yeah, so it's really, really cool. But there's also a bigger one that from what I can tell, I wish I had written the scientific name down too. But from what I can tell, the other species of sea snake that is also kind of yellowy green is just a bigger one, and its tail is much more like a paddle almost. So it's definitely evolved to have like much more of like a swimming feature. They both have, but the yellow one is bigger than the yellow-bellied one.
Do you know if they have gills then?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see any gills. I didn't see any.
Questions.
So good question.
Okay. Another one that I had was just honorable mentions for just like reticulated pythons, Burmese pythons, because there's just like so many yellow ones. And when you think, at least for me, of like a yellow snake, I mean, obviously there's the
bluebird,
also
and the Brittany snake. which is obviously a Burmese python. So
yeah, so I just feel like there's so many reticulated Burmese. When you see like viral videos of like really big snakes, they're typically a
retics
yellow,
or Burms. Yeah.
Yeah, a yellow morph of them. So I just wanted to put those out there.
And I will throw leopard gecko in there too. Obviously, leopard geckos have a lot of yellow. Even Charlie, my normal leopard gecko, is very like yellowy, right? But and then of course the forbidden lemon frost leopard gecko,
which honestly sounds like a delicious cookie.
It sounds so good. It also like, you know, the lemon chills in the summer.
Yes.
Like the literal lemon frost. Like
a lemon frost.
We love a lemon frost, but they are forbidden. And people should consider that.
We did an episode on like unethical morphs.
Yes, and why.
In that we discussed the lemon frost, but like very simply, there's a genetic
mutation.
Like it's a genetic mutation, which shows up as the color,
right? Which is stunning, beautiful and stunning and incredible.
But then there's also neurological issues as well that come with and it's been genetically tied.
Neurological, and I'm pretty sure if remembering correctly, the lemon frost in particular is known for developing tumors. So it's
not good either.
It's all bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like they develop tumors every time. It's not like it's
right, and it has been tied to
the gene.
So like if you're coming from like an ethics standpoint, then it's better to prioritize the health of the animal versus the cool color of it.
Yes.
The funny story that goes with that though is I naively didn't know that, and we were at an expo and I saw a lemon frost. Because if you asked me like as a kid what my favorite color was, yellow was always my answer.
I can totally see that.
Always yellow. Now I'm like, I really like green.
Yeah,
you know, anyways, but like,
me too.
Still love yellow. I just can't wear a lot of yellow. I end up wearing a lot of green. And so, anyways, it's a whole thing. But
I get it.
So, like, to see a truly stunning yellow.
Oh, you were like, I'll get a leopard gecko right now. Like, you
it
were.
Was beautiful.
Because it is. I mean, they also, a part of the gene, if I'm correct, is that they have almost these like silver eyes as well. Like it's not just the yellow coloration. It's like, it is a very unique morph and very, very cool.
But you let me have my moment at the table.
Well, because she was like in front of the vendor. She was like, this is amazing. And I was like, shh.
She was like, shh, come. I was like, pulls me aside and was like, you can't get that. Which is obviously like a very surprising answer when I was showing interest in a leopard gecko.
Because I love leopard geckos. Like you would think that as your friend, I would jump at the chance to get
and you're like, you can't.
I was like, I can't let you do this. I can't allow it.
Which I'm so grateful for because no one wants to unintentionally whatever.
Yeah. And you immediately were like, oh my God, of course not. Of course I would never. And I'm like, no, I know. That's why I had to tell you.
So that's the funny story that
I know
that goes with that. But yeah, honorable mention for leopard geckos. So many different yellow ones. Crested gecko is another one that I just wanted to like put out there.
Lots of yellowish colors. Yellow.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Oh, I did the reticulated Burmese. Do you have one off your list?
Let's see. I have. Okay, so this is another one that isn't entirely yellow, but it does have a yellow collar, and that is the eastern collared lizard. And these guys are vibrant. They are not just yellow on like their collar on their neck, but down their whole back they're like this bright turquoise blue color. It's beautiful.
I will also be looking this one up.
Yes,
because apparently I will be adding pictures. So
I can send you pictures of all the ones I have.
I gotta look these up.
I'll cut your searching in half so you can have it.
Do you know what an Italian fire salamander looks like?
No, I don't, but I love a salamander.
They are like black and yellow, but they have like bright yellow.
Yes.
They are beautiful.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I also have another yellow salamander, a yellow barred tiger salamander, which is Kermit, my salamander.
Yep.
She's very,
That's
very
so funny.
yellow.
I did not even think to put her on
I didn't either, which is hilarious because her enclosure is right next to Tarzan's, and I just immediately went to, but it's because it's in the name, and yellow bar is in the name, but I just most often think of her as a tiger salamander, so I don't associate the yellow, even though she's probably brighter yellow than Tarzan is, actually.
Speaking of our own reptiles that are yellow, I went on Instagram and I literally just searched yellow reptiles just to like see what pops up. You know who popped up?
Who?
Neptune. Yeah. My own chameleon like popped up as like a suggested yellow. So we can do a quick honorable mention for the ambelobe panther chameleon, because we talked about how there's like the red body blue bar in the red species episode, but then there's yellow body. And so when Neptune got super fired up, he would be like,
yes,
pretty yellow.
Even so, back when I had Barney, he never did this after the age of like 2. Like after 2, he really stopped showing me his brightest colors because he was so chill, which is mildly disappointing.
Yeah.
But also, I have a chill chameleon, so who cares, right? However, basically the when he would turn, like get really, really angry, like I'll never forget one time he like scurried up our curtains and vibrant yellow, like probably the brightest yellow I've ever seen a chameleon. It was like shocking.
Oh, wow.
And his bars almost turned red, but this was when he was under the age of like 10, so his colors were really coming in.
Under the age of 10 months.
Oh, thank you.
To be clear, a 10-year-old chameleon would be.
She's my brain today, if y'all can't tell.
No, but there are so many panther chameleons, so many locales that are yellow. Like yellow is a pretty
You
solid
can't miss those, for sure. Okay, I have one more. And actually, I have 2 more, but I'll go with this one because it's more exciting. But the golden lancehead viper.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this guy, I would definitely categorize this more so in the golden category, right? So it's definitely yellow, but like a little bit more of like a warm yellow, you know?
Versus like the neon yellow, which a lot of these species are.
Right,
yeah.
right. So it's just much more of like a warm yellow, but they're very pretty and very, very cool. So I'll send you the picture for this one.
Perfect, because I have no idea what it looks like.
I'll look it up. I'll send it to you.
Okay, 2 frogs I wanted to bring up. A bumblebee dart frog, which looks like your like classic black and white, or black and yellow type dart frog. But there's also a golden poison frog, which is
we talked about this one in our frog episode, I think, because is this one super venomous or poisonous?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It's the largest species of dart frog.
Yes.
And usually weighs around 30 grams, with the females being larger than the males. But this is a solid yellow.
Wow.
Like a lot of the dart frogs are like the black with color.
Yeah. They've got more of like a pattern on them. Yeah.
This one is just like a bright yellow.
Wow. Love.
Yeah. The juveniles have black, but then the adults end up getting like the full yellow. So those are like my 2 frogs I want to bring up. I see you, Pac-Man frog owners, though.
Yes.
But we talked about them, and they'll come back. Don't worry.
They'll come back. They'll make it come back.
A yellow tree monitor.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I thought those are stunning.
Beautiful. There's also one that I wrote down that I didn't bring up because it's not super yellow, but it's in the monitor family. It's a quince monitor, so it definitely has some yellow as well. Like not as vibrant as the yellow, which is why I didn't write it down. I was like, I'll leave it for that one. But
one more chameleon, a carpet chameleon.
Yes.
They tend to have a lot of yellows.
Yes, they're so colorful and pretty.
Yeah.
I love a carpet chameleon.
Wait, did you have any more? Okay, so then my last one is a DJJ carpet python.
Oh, carpet pythons can be so yellow.
This is a specific type of carpet python.
Interesting.
The DJJ stands for Diamond Jungle Jaguar Carpet Chameleon.
As soon as you started saying all those names, I know exactly what I'm picturing, and I'm pretty sure I'm right.
And so there's like the gamma, and so like I did a little bit of history, and I'm so not a carpet python expert or keeper by any means, but basically what it is a mix of a jungle, diamond, and coastal carpet pythons. And the original pairing that kind of like started this lineage was a male jungle jaguar paired with a female diamond jungle cross.
Interesting.
That produced what is a bright yellow.
Oh, I can't wait to look at this
carpet python.
Oh, wow. Because I've seen some very yellow carpet pythons, so
but
now
this
I'm
is
extra
like
curious.
Bright yellow.
Ooh, how much do those babies run? Did you see any prices in your research?
No, I could have popped over and
poked
around.
You're
fine.
I
have no idea.
Okay, well, I'll be looking that up later.
No idea.
Fascinating.
Because they are stunning.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't doubt it for a second. Carpet pythons are beautiful in general.
Yes.
I don't question that one bit.
But this one's like really cool looking. So
man.
Yeah. So you guys have it. Those are some yellow reptile species. Of course, let us know in the comments of any other
that we're missing, please. Yeah, because there's so many.
Yes, we can. It would be impossible for us to list all of them.
We each had like around 10, and we were like, that's enough.
Yeah, because now I'm adding pictures. No.
Yeah. For real.
No, I get it. They're going to look cool. It's going to be great.
It'll look great.
Just hype me up in the comments, being like, thank you so much for all the pictures.
congratulate her for her hard work.
Thank you. That's all I need in life, all right?
It's perfect.
We're so excited to introduce the Reptile Girlies to our favorite reptile-friendly coffee and tea brand, Cold Blooded Caffeine. Our favorite thing about them is that they donate 5% of all their proceeds to wildlife conservation to ensure reptiles and amphibians have a place to call home in the wild, as well as in our homes.
And if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with herbal teas. So for any of our fellow tea lovers, they source some of the highest quality loose leaf teas in the world.
Cold Blooded Caffeine offers a wide variety of coffee like their Rainforest Blend, single origin options, and collaborations with some of the biggest names in the reptile world.
For 25% off your first order, use code WILDTYPE at coldbloodedcaffeine.com. Are you looking for a new enclosure for one of your reptile babies? Be sure to check out Cages with a K. Each enclosure is made to order by their team in Minnesota, which means they can even do custom builds.
The enclosures are made from high-quality PVC with tempered glass doors allowing for superior heat and humidity retention. They offer screen tops, side vents, and belly heat customization options to ensure the ideal setup for any environment.
So whatever dream home you want built, Cages has you covered. Use code WILDTYPE50 to get $50 off any order over $300 at reptilecages.com.
Do you sell reptiles? Be sure to check out the Palm Street app, a place where you can have your very own live auctions to help find your reptiles amazing homes in a community full of thousands of reptile lovers. To apply to be a seller, go to page.palmstreet.app/reptile.
They prioritize ethical breeding and trading practices, ensuring all reptiles on their platform come from responsible sources. Once approved, Palm Street's reptile team will guide you through every step, from setting up your reptile shop to going live for the first time. You'll get hands-on support to sell confidently, safely, and responsibly. So that wraps us up on the yellow reptiles. Mm-hmm. And next we will have green in the next few weeks or so. So we will keep you guys posted. I kind of like having a running series like this. It's kind of fun. And so it just feels consistent too, which is great. So, okay, the next thing is something I've been wanting to discuss briefly for a long time.
Both the topics I feel like are things. We have two more topics, and you want to talk about both of them. So I don't know which one you're going to say based off of that introduction, but
we're going to do an Are You the Type?
Oh, okay.
And this is, are you the type to join a sorority or fraternity for our boy listeners? A Greek life house situation.
Yeah.
And I have two answers.
Well, let's hear them.
Was I the type? Yes. Am I the type now? No.
So interesting.
It's so crazy.
So interesting. I'm not. I was never in a sorority. I was doing my homework in preparation for this episode. Mm-hmm. And by doing so, I was going back into the memory bank of how old was I? 17, going into college, right? And I'm like, okay, what am I? And I went to a big university. There was a very strong Greek system, I guess is my point. Because not all universities
have Greek systems.
Or they're very niche, you know, type of thing. But my university was large enough to have a very strong, that could have been a valid option.
Right.
I decided to go with the dorms, and I was like, was there ever a part of me that wanted to join a sorority?
I could never see you having actually stuck through it because...
And the answer is no. I didn't have any interest. And I did grow up with my aunt, who's only a few years older than me.
Right.
She was in a sorority. And so I got to see all of her stuff. I also saw the 15 weddings she was in post grad, because of all her sorority friends.
Yep.
And so I was like, wow, it's such a cool experience to have the sisterhood.
Yeah.
And I definitely remember being a freshman in the dorm.
Of course.
With my roommate who ended up being who I went to the wedding with very recently.
Yeah.
It was her wedding. And there would definitely be times where I felt lonely.
Oh, for sure.
Very lonely because she had a boyfriend at the time and you're in this brand new school and you're trying to make friends. Yeah. And I would look at the people who were in the Greek system and just had what seemed from an outsider's perspective, automatic friends. By default, you have these friends, you're around these people, you have activities, you have outings, you have things to do. Where I'm on a Friday night watching Grey's Anatomy in my dorm, happy as a clam, don't get me wrong.
For sure, yeah.
But there was a part of me that felt am I missing out on the college experience or whatever. But
I have so many thoughts on that.
Then I lived off campus. After that, I had roommates, 3 roommates at the time, and did that whole thing. But even then, because you could join a sorority, not necessarily your freshman, but even then I wasn't a strong enough pull that
my little sister in my sorority joined as a sophomore, and I had actually been friends with her outside of Greek life freshman year, and so she rushed, and I like was like, come here. And
Her
I like
sorority sister though,
yes,
not your actual sister.
yes. No, sorry, my little sorority sister. Yeah,
Really
not
confused.
not
For folks who aren't familiar
yes.
with like.
So I was in a sorority. I very much from the age of like 16. My mom was in a sorority. It wasn't at my school, so I wasn't a legacy and all that stuff, which means you like follow your family. But for me, like starting at the age of 16, it was very much like, oh, okay, so you're starting to look at schools. Have you looked at the Greek life at those schools? Like, let's look into that. It was just like, it wasn't a question of like
an assumed thing.
It was like an assumed thing, like, oh no, like this is what you do. You go to college and you rush a sorority, and that's just like how it goes. And so like I just never, which is so funny because I'm a very like independent thinker, but in that situation,
but at 16 years old, you're still figuring out who you are.
And it looks so fun, and it is fun. It is really amazing for anybody who may want to, and you know, if you do, it can be an incredible experience, and it was like I very much still have like a lot of friends, like I've been in 10 weddings since I was 23, you know, like it is a really great experience, and it was very fun in college. It keeps you so busy, so distracted, so like focused on either school or extracurriculars and all that. And it is like that exciting, fun, like social environment. It definitely is that. And all the like date parties with fraternities are so much fun, and you have a great time. But it is just crazy in hindsight, because I am so not that person anymore.
I also like the idea of rushing.
Yes.
I feel like it's just like, because real talk, most of what I know about sororities and Greek life is from movies.
Oh, for sure. But
right?
Honestly, it's like not a lot of it's wrong, if I'm being really honest.
You know, and like
it has its stereotypes for a reason.
And like I think I went to a total of 2 frat parties my entire college career. One was crazy, and one I went by myself because I got invited by like whoever was like hosting or whatever. Yeah, it was gross.
It is gross. The amount of times that I've spent in frat houses is shameful.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, no, it's
and I
very
felt
odd.
like I like Greek row, right, where all the houses are and stuff. It's just this like, ooh.
Yeah, it's very it's very
and
pretty.
all these letters on the outside. I'm like, I can't
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what those.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know the Greek alphabet for the rest of my life.
For sure.
That is like you're like week 2. You memorize the Greek alphabet. You learn a song, and you don't forget it.
But what I think is so cool is like the bonds that come out of it, and all the experiences. Like like there's a lot of philanthropy
100%
opportunities. There's leadership opportunities, right? You can and will make lifelong friends, right? You're gonna have to deal with like all the pettiness that comes with it too, and just being different personalities and being in like
I will say it's
house.
It's a really good, something that I'm very grateful for. It is, especially having grown up like a little bit sheltered, like it is a crash course on like you learn how to like deal with people socially very quickly. And there's a lot of good that comes with that, and there's a lot of bad that comes with that, right? Like you have good and bad experiences on all the sides, but like I very quickly learned like how, which could be a bad thing, I don't know, but like you very much quickly learn how to deal with people and how to like navigate lots of different personalities at one time.
You're not going to get along with everyone.
No, 100%.
Especially when you have the stress of school.
Yes.
You have the stress of all the time commitments.
Extracurriculars.
The money that you're spending.
Oh, yeah.
You're like living together. Living with people in general can be challenging, but with like that many personalities. But from, again, outsider's perspective, to see people find what is like their community within a larger community.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was just at a birthday party this past weekend for one of my girlfriends who was turning 30. And so she had a bunch of her college friends fly in to like celebrate. And most of them were for college, and most of them were in her sorority. And you could just see this like what I can only assume will be a lifelong bond. And all their inside jokes and like they were Phi Mu. Mu. Thank you.
Phi Mu. Yes.
Phi Mu. I don't know what that means or what the stereotype of that sorority is.
Well, but that's the thing is like it's not so much like, yes, there are national chapters, right? There's all the different, there's Phi Mu, there's Gamma Phi, there's Pi Phi, there's Chi O, there's all these different sororities. And there are these sororities at every campus. Every campus is so different. So like there might be stereotypes, but like nationally, the stereotypes really don't apply.
Okay.
So
good to know.
no, but I'm just saying like that's good for anybody who's listening to, like, depending on what school you go to, like, and the stereotypes, like it really, like, there's amazing people in every house. And
For
so
sure.
it's just like, it really just depends on like, does your personality vibe with their personality at that school? And that's what you find out through the Rush experience.
Yeah.
Which the Rush experience is a lot on all sides.
For sure.
It's a lot when you're doing it when you're in the house, and it's a lot when you're doing it when you're trying to get in the house.
Yes.
And it can be really brutal. And in 2025, I really have a lot of questions of like, how long is this type of recruitment process going to continue, right?
Well, we wanted to bring up this topic so that we could have future discussions of like the rushing process and everything else. So like, let us know if this is like an area that you guys would be interested in hearing us talk about.
Yeah.
And the two of us are like, I feel like a perfect like dynamic to talk about it, because I didn't go through that, so like I have just like an outsider's perspective.
I have all the experience,
and you were in the thick of it, so like it's really complimentary.
But I also have it with the lens of hindsight.
It's been 10 years, and you're like,
and
looking
I'm like,
back, and you're like,
what was that? What, that was a fever dream.
No, for sure. I do really admire though the bond that comes out of it.
It can be very, very, very special.
Like I was at the wedding just not that long ago, and like two people at our table were wearing like class rings for different universities, and that like kicked it off. And then it was like, oh, are you in a fraternity? Oh yeah, I was in this fraternity. Like, and it just like is this immediate thing that you can like talk about and bond over.
It
both
is.
In good and bad experiences.
Totally. And it's very, very interesting, the conversations that come out of that stuff, those kind of combos later in life, just seeing like, how did you reflect on that experience? Like, you know, it's fascinating, and I've got a lot of thoughts on it. So
just maybe one thing to tie up of just simply, are you the type to join a sorority or not? What would be like your one piece of advice for someone who's like right at that like junior, senior year of high school, maybe like trying to evaluate of like, is this something that you want to pursue?
Oh man, there's so many layers to that. There are so many layers to that. But I would just say, I think it's very important that if you do want to join a sorority or fraternity, really, and I mean, at 18 years old, nobody knows who they are, right? Like nobody knows, but really just try to have a grasp on who you are and what you want out of that experience,
or who you want to be.
That too,
right?
Yes.
Of like, maybe you're not there yet, but you're like, this is where the type of person I want to become.
Right.
And then what opportunities could you have in this scenario versus this scenario? Like, what are your focuses? What are your priorities? Because those are unlikely to change, because those are going to be core to who you are.
And so I think it's just, if you are going to go through the Rush or sorority experience, like just really being firm in those core values of who you are, because if at any point along the journey those do not align, that is very important. So I think that would probably be my biggest advice.
Yeah.
So just be solid in who you are and what you believe in and what you care about and what really matters.
Yeah.
So
nothing wrong with the dorms.
No. Hey, the dorms are great too. And for me,
pros and cons.
Pros and cons. And I still had to live in the dorms freshman year too. We didn't jump straight into the sorority house. So we'll get into that on another topic if you guys are interested.
That's what I'm saying. If that's something,
there's so many layers.
Yeah, grab your popcorn. Yeah. We can give you guys.
Oh yeah, I got stories for days.
All the tea, but yeah. So very simply, I'm not the type.
Yes.
You were the type.
Would I do it again? Probably not, but I'm very grateful for the friends that I do have.
There you go.
So, anywho, so we do have one last little tidbit, and I think this was actually submitted via Q&A a while ago, and we'll do this very quickly because this is just a last little one. But one of you,
time.
Oh, great. Well, one of you guys wanted to know our opinions on grow tents as enclosures. And I think this is something that grow tents have kind of like been around for a while, but it really just depends. Like you see some people using them, other people not. So thoughts?
So step one, or like, what is a grow tent?
Oh.
For like people who are unfamiliar.
I'm so bad at setting things up. This is why
you're good.
She's my brain today.
I know what a grow tent is, but
I know.
Other people listening may not be as familiar with them. So how would you describe it to?
So essentially, obviously like it's an enclosure, right? It's a type of enclosure. I would say, and I actually don't know if they're specifically marketed for reptiles or if they're more marketed for plants, I think. So it's essentially like it can be very, very big and they're very, very cheap, but it's made out of like almost like reflective material on the inside. And it's essentially a type of tent that can be set up, and it's in a like rectangle shape, like an enclosure. And so it's got these flaps, and you keep it shut with Velcro and all these things. But a lot of people will use them for enclosures. So
yeah. I don't care, I guess. Like, my opinions on grow tents is that they're not used in the chameleon hobby.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, I don't come across them
Yeah.
often. I haven't done, like, much research. The pros I've seen, again, from someone who does not keep species that would do well in a grow tent for different reasons, is that they allow for you to have much larger enclosures than what would normally be possible. They're financially much cheaper. Great for holding in humidity. So, like, for those reasons alone, I'm like, that seems great. And like, we've talked about this before, you would have the biggest, baddest enclosure, but if it's not set up correctly with like places to hide and climb and like proper gradients and all that, then like kind of is no better than a smaller enclosure that is set up very, very well.
100%.
So for me, a grow tent that is set up beautifully for what that species requires, with lots of climbing opportunities, because a grow tent that has like 2 sticks in it, I'm like, then what's the point of that? But I 100%. Think could actually be like a really fabulous option if it lends itself for the species that you're keeping, especially larger species.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm actually a pretty big fan for larger species. I personally would not do it because of the aesthetics.
Yep.
That's just me. I like to have an all black enclosure with a clear window. That's more my vibe. But I think the grow tents can be incredible for the larger species. And off the top of my head, like, I know I have friends that have used them for a tegu, right? And I think it's a great option for species like tegu.
Big lizards, monitors, all those.
Any of that kind of stuff. And also a species that, for lack of better words, the grow tents are not super well contained for reptiles, right? So smaller species, not a good call, because they are going to escape. They are going to get out. It is just those like Velcro straps. And so
not secure.
Not super secure. So because of that, I would argue that like, I personally, the only animals that I would want to put in them would be really big species that, like, if they escape, I'm going to find them in 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know some people that do keep snakes in them. I would be very nervous about keeping snakes in them because of the escapability, right? Like, that's something for me that I would be very, very unsure about. But I do think that like, one of the people I'm thinking of is Logan, bearded bug guy. So he keeps his like 10-foot Vietnamese blue beauty snake in this gorgeous, well set up, stunning, I'm pretty sure it's bioactive, like, it's this beautiful grow tent. But he has posted videos occasionally of the snake's like tail sticking out, and I'm like, ooh, that you gotta look out for, dude. For sure. So that's one thing I would say about it. But if they're well set up, like, his is phenomenal, and it's like a gorge, and it's got everything it needs, and it can be really good for animals that need some height too, because they have really tall ones as well.
Yeah, arboreal species, absolutely. What would you say are like the biggest cons that you hear floating around for grow tents?
So definitely the escapability, for sure. But then the other piece of it, I would say a lot of them have kind of like a reflective material on the inside. And I've heard some rumors, and again, I don't keep grow tents, so I don't know the specifics, but a lot of people have said that you don't want like a reflective kind of material in with the reptiles because it can not be great for their eyes or their brains. I don't know. So that's one thing I've heard that I cannot necessarily confirm or provide opinions on, but something to look into if you are interested in grow tents.
I feel like grow tents do have a bit of a stigma, which is why someone asked us, well, what's your opinion on it? Right. I don't feel a type of way, as like I said, as long as it's set up correctly. I would feel that way on like a PVC enclosure.
Anything. Wood,
or
glass,
people who are like
whatever.
DIY. I think grow tents lend themselves to be like these very large, cost efficient things. But I would feel similarly if someone went to Home Depot and bought their own supplies and like Jimmy rigged an enclosure together. As long as it's safe and secure for whatever species you're keeping and you're able to provide the care that they need, that I'm like, do you? I don't know.
100%. No, and I feel very similarly where I think where they're most often used is as like a temporary thing before they get the big permanent enclosure, right? And I think if I were ever to use them, it would probably be that route. Like I could see myself maybe considering it for Tarzan before getting his bigger one or something like that. So I think that's a very good purpose that it serves.
Gotcha.
So, but a lot of people use them permanently, and I think that's great too. I like you said, I really don't care as long as it's set up well and the animal is thriving and has everything that it needs. That's really my 2 cents.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just not one for the aesthetics of it. So that's just me.
I don't even keep anything that would make sense to put in there. So.
Right. And so I think that kind of.
Can you imagine a crested gecko?
No, but that's the thing.
Just like Pluto chilling.
I could never, like the little species, like they'd get out of that so fast.
Oh yeah.
Like, whew. No,
I only keep chameleons in my crested geckos.
But I think they're great for the larger species, especially when enclosures for some of those larger species are so ungodly expensive. So
I'm with you.
Yeah, absolutely. But
well, you guys have it. Let us know.
Wraps us up.
What your opinions are. If you use them, if you would like to use them, if you feel strongly against using them.
Let us know why. I'm curious because I've only heard a couple of cons. So let us know. And I guess that wraps us up for today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having us. This was really fun today. So
yay.
Anyway, you can check us out on all the socials at The Wild Type Podcast. We are everywhere: YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, all places. You can also catch me at Lyssa's Lizards everywhere as well.
Check me out, Neptune the Chameleon.
Mm-hmm. And then I am wearing our merch today, so definitely go check out our merch on our online shop. Yeah. And we will catch you girlies next time.
Bye.